Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
D'Anthony, what have you done?
It wasn't me.
Yeah, it was you.
I brought this guy along.
You brought a Mexican into our 4th of July show?
Half.
Well, he's half American.
That's the wrong half, brother. That's the wrong half. What did you order here? Oh, boy.
He's probably got a name.
Mike Dixon is going to be on the show later.
Yeah.
How are you, Mike? Good to see you. He's popping in. We got a lot going on here. We got Justin, Disgusting Justin, back.
Here I am.
Back. What are you doing here in Wilmington, North Carolina?
Honestly, I don't know. I got a flight booked for me, right? And it's like, hey, you're coming out to film. I'm like, cool. And
we're stoked to have you. Here's what I'm not stoked about, right? Again, D'Anthony invited you on our 4th of July show.
yeah,
Wrong side of the wall on this one for 4th of July.
Yeah.
It's America's freedom. This isn't Cinco de Mayo, right?
That's not like Mexican Independence Day or anything. Cinco de Mayo.
It is and it isn't. And here's where my disappointment lies in you.
And me.
You know how special of a day this is to America, and then you bring him in. What did you do? What was the first thing you did when you walked into our brand new studios in Wilmington, North Carolina?
I saw you filming an episode, and I cracked the door open, and when we locked eyes, I started taking my pants off.
Yes. And then what did you do? You pulled out your phone.
Yeah.
And you ordered food.
Yes.
From?
Chipotle.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Chipotle.
Yeah.
That's not how you say
Chipotle.
it. That is not how you say it.
It's 4th of July, man.
Yeah.
Okay, you know.
Did you want him to order hot dogs or something?
Yeah, dude. There's a fucking Chucky Granger's right up the street. Charlie Granger's is a hot dog place.
There's also a monsoon
stone's throw
going
away.
on. There's also a torrential downpour.
There
happening.
is, but let's face it, technology's not there yet.
No, that's not rain is not technology, bitch.
Postmates is.
No.
How long is this burrito taking?
I don't know. I think he's been calling me, and I've been sitting on my phone as it's vibrating.
Is this the Postmates guy? Bring it in.
Am I? Thank you.
Why are you so
Carlos,
wet?
right?
Yeah, so it's been raining crazy out here. So you can sit down. Use this microphone right here.
Here,
How long have you worked for Postmates?
Why are you holding his food hostage?
This is my second day.
Yeah.
Second day for Postmates. What did you order? This is really fucking heavy, Justin.
Yeah, I ordered a bunch of extra food. I have a bad habit of doing that for people. I'm like, hey, who else wants a burrito? So that way, if you eat Mexican food, I can make fun of you for being a piece of shit too.
So that's what he's doing. He's trying to get you involved in his bullshit so you
God
can't
damn
complain
it,
about
man.
it later.
This
That's
is
what he's
I know you
doing.
want a burrito.
this
That's
is
actually
really-
not the worst.
No lie,
idea.
feel this. This is about 6 pounds worth of food.
This is about
I'm sorry,
12
I'm on
pounds.
the metric
Does
system.
he have to tip you or anything?
That'd be nice.
You do that. You do that with the phone.
You do that with the fucking app.
Chipotle.
Oh, yeah.
Tip the dude. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah,
we
this is
appreciate it. Yep.
All right, thanks.
Hop her on down the road.
Chipotle is not paying us for any of this, by
Thanks,
the
man.
way.
No, and it's just sitting on the desk. What did you order that was 6 pounds? You just had a fight. Do you bulk up?
I probably gained 20 pounds back already.
No shit. And
Yeah.
because you fought like a week and a half ago.
What's today?
Yeah.
Man, almost. Yeah, a week and a half ago.
Yeah, a week and a half ago. So why are you eating this much food? That no lie, that was the heaviest fucking bag I've
Well-
ever. Is that for 2 people or just you?
Yeah,
2
he
people.
just said that he ordered a bunch of extra food because he feels like if he gives us food too, that we can't make fun of him for eating Mexican food.
Oh, well, that's not the case, obviously.
It's kind of like when
No,
you,
we're still gonna make fun of you.
Yeah.
it's kinda like
and
when
we're
you-
gonna
when you
eat your
bang that
food.
I
one
won't
girl-
do it.
You bang that one girl that like you're not supposed to bang. Actually, I've got a story on this.
Then you talk your buddy into
Right,
banging her too.
So this is kind of, it is what it is, right? My old jiu-jitsu gym, years and years ago, I think I was a blue belt still.
What is
right?
this, Long Beach?
No, this is in when I was in Laredo, right? I was
ooh.
blue belt. I don't know if I was visiting.
Laredo, Texas.
Laredo, Texas, where I am from.
Is that where you came across? The family came across?
That's where I swam across the border.
If you go to the mall in Laredo, you can literally go
Yeah,
up
you
on the
can see
second
Mexico.
story and you can see Mexico
Yeah.
right there.
So-
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
I like how the Postmates guy, he was soaking wet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Intentionally,
Also,
obviously.
also Mexican. I can say that. I'm
Wet
half.
back.
Don't worry,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, yeah, it's fine.
So there's this girl, right? And she's being all discreet, like not letting anybody know, but everyone can kind of see that we're vibing, and she was the girl that you're not supposed to shit where you eat, and so whatever.
At work?
In jiu-jitsu at the gym, right?
Oh,
and so,
oh.
so all my friends are like swaying me, like, hey, they're like setting it up, leaving us alone, and I'm not trying to be like a mean dude or anything, right? She just wasn't the most attractive woman out there, and that's fine, right? There's people out there that,
Well, let me ask you this. Typically in the jiu-jitsu world,
yeah,
are any of these girls attractive?
there's a fuck ton of
You're
attractive
kidding.
girls. I swear to God. Dude.
Why? Are they all listening to Rogan? And they're like, dude, I want to
They
go
all-
and
a lot
roll?
of them just work out, man, and there's some really hot ones, and there's some other ones that I wouldn't want to fuck with, to be honest. But anyway, this girl, right? I start being all sneaky, and I don't say anything, and then we end up hooking up, and whatever, dude. We end up having sex behind the jiu-jitsu gym, like super late at night. She's like, "You want
Like outdoors behind the gym?
Yeah,
By the
outside.
dumpster?
Yeah. Fuck.
So you fucked her
No,
behind
it wasn't. Not that I
jiu-jitsu
haven't done that. There's a girl that
dumpster?
I used to actually have sex with, and I would purposely park next to dumpsters and say crazy shit like, "You like getting fucked next to a dumpster?" And she'd be like, "Yes," right? And I'll say crazy shit like, "You want a fucking homeless man to walk up and fuck you?" She'd be like, "Yes." And as soon as I nut, it was the same one that I was talking about a while back,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
As soon as I would
yeah.
nut, I'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong with me?" God
Yeah.
damn it. Anyway, so I hook up with this girl, great time, right? And I go to my buddy Gino, and I'm like, "Hey, brother, don't say anything. You'll never guess who I banged." And then I drop her name, right? And so he starts laughing, and he's like, hold on. And I was like, don't say anything. He turns right around, and he tells everybody, guys, you'll never guess who he banged and tried to stay quiet about. And he's like, Belinda.
So he immediately outed you.
Yeah, immediately. And I'm like, dude, like, no. And they all start laughing, and they all put their hand out. They're like, welcome to the club, brother. So the joke in the gym is when the new dude kind of comes around,
Yeah.
they kind of push her in his direction because she'll do it. And we act like none of us know, and we act like he's being all romantic. And like, because now I've been through this on the other end of the cycle where like we get newer guys, and we sit there and we watch them work their game super hard, and we're sitting back like,
She's fucked everybody, yeah.
but in reality, we just want to feel better about banging her because we weren't supposed to and we did. So when it's like when you're a kid and you get in trouble and they yell at everybody,
Yeah.
right? And you're just like, I'm a fucking boss. Versus when the principal pulls you aside by yourself and yells at you and you're just clenching your asshole the whole time, like, fuck, like, you know, because you're in trouble. You're like moving your toes around, moving your tongue around, clenching your asshole.
My question is this, right? You're in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
That's what the professionals call it. Everybody's sweating. You're rolling around on top of each other. I don't get down with girls like post-workout where it's just like, let's shower up.
I don't understand how you don't end up inside someone when you're doing that.
Well, you're wearing gis, right?
No, I see
There's
that.
gi and no gi.
There's part of me when I'm wrestling, instinctively I start removing mine and the other person's clothes, no matter what the situation is.
Sure.
Because I feel like if you get into a fight and you start taking your clothes off, you've won that fight.
Oh, dude.
Easily.
Oh, yeah. In two instances, actually, or in two separate, I'm going two ways with this, right? A, you can get naked. I'm sure you guys have all seen that YouTube video of the guy that's like, you want to go, bro? You want to scrap? Gets naked.
Oh yeah, it's Jackson O'Doherty.
Yeah.
He's
so funny.
I'm a
so
big
funny.
fan of that, by the way.
I actually,
He's the one that does the silly salmon, like jumping into the water.
Well,
stuff.
Viggo Mortensen did it in History of Violence, where he had a 4-minute buck naked nude fight scene
up
in
and
History
down
of
the
Violence.
stairs and the whole thing. Yeah,
It
was great.
in the gym.
that movie's terrible, by the way.
Yeah.
I saw this, I believe it's on the movie Sex Drive. It might be.
That's a great
either way,
fucking movie.
Either way, I always had this joke that I said, I want to get really drunk and I want to tell people, I'll suck your dick, faggot. So I used to always say that, right, as a joke. Like,
Yeah.
it was like an ongoing joke. And then one time, I was flying into the UK. I was flying into London for the night, right? We're visiting some friends in Wales, a guy I worked with in Afghanistan. And so I'm like, cool, man. I'm going to go to London for one night. We're going to go to Wales. And so I took an Ambien on the flight. Cool, right? Pass out. Everything's gravy. I wake up, and I'm like, all right, time to start drinking, right? About to get into the UK. So I start drinking. I am not exaggerating. That is my last fucking memory on the plane. The last picture I have on my phone from the 24 hours in London is the flight attendant pushing her hand on the camera lens like, fucking, why are you taking pictures of me? Don't remember it, right? And so
Don't you
I
love
wake up-
playing detective
Did
like
you
that?
suck that guy's
Dude,
dick?
wait up. I wake up. I wake up on a restroom floor. I have no shirt on, no shoes, no socks. Pants are undone. Legitimately pissed myself. And I'm like on a restroom floor and I'm like, what the fuck? Where am I, right? First thing I do is what? Check my asshole. Make sure
Yeah.
I didn't get raped, right? I'm all scared. It doesn't feel tender. I'm like,
And
all
I'm
right,
gonna
man.
guess. And here's the thing: I hate to interrupt because this is amazing, but I'm gonna guess that's probably not the first time you've checked your asshole.
That was the only
for a
time,
rape.
actually, since I was like 9 years old. But
Before a rape, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
But
Since your uncle moved out.
So I wake up and I start trying to piece together where I'm at, and I start walking down the hallway, and I just hear like, someone's getting railed. And I'm like, what the fuck? Am I at a fucking whorehouse? Mind you, piss pants, right? Light colored jeans, nothing in my pockets. And I'm walking around and I make my way downstairs. And then I realize that I'm at a hostel. And I'm like, oh, hey, I think I'm staying here. And they said passport. And I told her I've got nothing in my pockets. So I give her my name. She gives me a room key. I go into my room. There's like 15 dudes. I think it was called the St. Christopher Inn Hostel in London. I open the door. My stuff is all nice and neat in the corner. And I'm like, that's fucking weird. Okay. And I shower real quick, because I'm covered in piss. And everyone in the hotel room is like on their computer looking at me. And they're just nodding their head in disgust. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't remember anything. I lay down after I shower. My friends come barging in, cracking up. And they're like, you're such a fucking idiot, dude. And so then I get flash. And my last memory is getting thrown out of this bar, right? Where that flashes in my head. I'm getting via wedgie. I'm not a fucking huge dude, right? And this guy's tossing me out of the bar. My friends are like laughing. And they're like, all right, you got to go. They toss me out of the bar. Don't know what I was doing wrong. And so I'm like, you want to throw me out? I'll show you. And I grab like a little Ambien in this little pocket. And I'm like, I'll show you, brother. And I go to start eating it. And my friends are like, no. And I'm like, oh, boom, right? Blackout. And so that's how I pissed myself. But the next memory that popped in my head.
Why was that a I'll show you
I don't know.
moment where it's just like, I'll show you, fuck you,
Yeah.
I'll take an Ambien,
Yeah.
and then we'll see who's
I
boss.
wake up and wonder if I got raped. I'll show you, fucking queer. Like,
Yeah.
Anyway, so I wake up. I'm sorry. So then this flashes into my head. We were about to fight some guys. They're British soldiers, and I was with a bunch of friends I contracted with, and they were all like badasses, dude. Like just tough fucking dudes, like former snipers, former like J-tags, former just bad dudes, right? And we're walking around, and I remember some British soldiers were trying to fight us, and I don't even remember why. And then I just kept saying, you want to go? You want to fucking go? And then it flashed in my head because I've always wanted to say it. I'll fucking suck your dick, faggot. And all my friends fell on the floor, like hitting the trash can. There's a metal trash can. And they're hitting the trash can on their hands and knees, cracking up. And the guy's looking at me, and he's just making his face. And I'm like, keep talking. I'm going to tongue that ass, fruitcake. And I start going, and I start like moving my tongue around. And my friends are like not defending me. They're not acting tough. They're screaming, crying of laughter. And the guy looks at me and goes, you're fucking gay, mate. And they leave, right? And so that memory popped in my head. And then I legitimately black out, right? So in the next morning, my friends are laughing. And they're like, do you remember what you said? I'll suck your dick. I'm like, oh, fuck. I do remember that. And he's like, dude, I kept trying to throw you in your bed. I took everything from you because I didn't want you to have access to money or lose your passport. So I stripped you of everything. I kept trying to throw you in bed, and you just kept yelling, I'll suck your dick, faggot. I'll suck your dick, faggot. And everyone in the hostel room was like, shut the fuck up, like trying to sleep. And I was like, I'll suck your dick too, bitch. Like, and don't remember any of this, dude. I legitimately woke up in fucking London. And here's the funny part. I've only been to London one time ever for about 12 hours. That's my one night in London. I do not remember it. Where did you go?
Werewolf
did you
in
party?
London was about him.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I
That
fucking
song,
possibly
yeah.
got raped in the ass,
Did
man.
you get a pic with Big Ben?
I did go to Stonehenge the next day.
No shit.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's kind of cool.
Aliens.
Aliens,
It
bro.
was the worst hangover I've ever had in my fucking life. Till this
sure.
day. It was terrible. And that is the last time I ever took Ambien. First and last time, to be honest. But
Well, there's a first and last time for everything.
yeah,
That's
I heard
what
if you put it
everybody says.
in your butt, it hits you harder.
If you go rectally with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that with Advil and Tylenol and stuff.
I've had some. Have you had a crazy Ambien story?
I get super rapey with whatever woman is in bed with me.
That's illegal,
On
brother.
Ambien.
If I'm on Ambien and I'm like sleeping with my girlfriend or whatever,
Sure.
hands all like inside of her.
Oh,
Like
boy.
I wake up fully like all the way like and just like the whole deal.
That's illegal
I
in the
have no-
continental United States.
Yeah.
You know that. You know that, right?
Yeah.
No. She's
Yeah.
like, if the woman is in bed with me, then there's
Obviously,
she's
yeah,
signed
she's
some
there for
kind
a
of
reason.
paperwork to that effect because I protect myself.
Well,
sure.
look, she's.
I get NDAs from every woman I sleep with. For
Is
sure.
that true?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
There was somebody else who started throwing around NDAs, and I was like, "Is this fucking for real? Does anybody do this?"
He's actually been saying this since I've known him.
What are you
so I think it's
worried
real.
about? What's going to happen?
Nothing. I just think it's funny. It's like it's a little weird and off-putting to them, and that's why I do it. I don't give a shit. I don't do anything. I don't do anything that I don't say on the fucking show. So I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you do, don't let people know that I yelled at you and asked you to tell me that you love me. And
Yeah.
and fucking whore and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Don't
I
tell us
made
anything.
you call me whore. You know.
yeah.
Ambien for me does nothing. I've tried it numerous times. Nothing.
There's a story on CNN about ambient zombies on planes.
Yeah,
People are taking more and more ambient on planes, and they're just like floating around doing stupid shit.
Doing dumb shit all the time. So that's what I was going to say. For me personally, I've taken it a few times. Nothing. It does nothing to me.
You remember that senator?
I don't go to sleep. I don't do anything. But there was somebody sitting next to me, a woman that was sitting next to me on a flight who lost her shit, spilled a whole thing of champagne on herself. And she thought she was on fire, I guess. Which was
I've never had that. I just get super fucking wound up.
Well, you do, but there was somebody I dated who took it, and we went to bed later on that evening, and she shot up out of bed and claimed that there was a live woman in the room, a little girl named Sarah. She had a full conversation with a person that was not sitting in a chair, and that's when I was like, maybe this isn't the best for people.
I actually like that.
I know you do.
Life is super boring, Ross.
Yeah. You need to heighten it.
Yeah. Just give it a little fucking it's like 3M. Drugs don't make your life, but they make your life better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just saying.
It really does. Justin, if you want to eat your Mexican burritos,
Here's the deal,
do
bro.
it, dude.
Here's the deal. Everywhere that I eat, even on dates, they're like, "Why do you eat like that?" And I'm just like, "Fuck it."
Because he's a fucking Marine grunt.
Yeah.
That's why. He just stuffs everything into his
I
mouth.
just blame everything on the war.
What'd you do in the Marines?
I was a sniper.
You were a sniper.
The second half. The first half, I was a grunt.
Gotcha. Have you killed as many people as Dan? Dan's killed hundreds of people.
Not true.
Yeah.
I hurt this one guy's feelings one time, and that's it. He was super pissed.
I could see you doing some real fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Were you in MMA before you got into the military?
No.
You were 18 when you joined the military.
Yeah,
right?
I was 18. I was 17 when I joined. I was in high school. I was like, I want to go to the fucking war.
Really?
Yeah, and then we spent all that time looking for WMD. I remember, dude, one time WMDs, right? Like, whatever. I understand the following that we have here, and some people are on the right versus the whatever.
I don't think anybody believes.
I'm just gonna
Iraq
go ahead and
had
say
WMDs.
it. Like, dude, I was 19, and I used to make fun of everybody and call them like when I turned 20, I would call the other guys who were 19, "You fucking stupid teeny bopper," right? And dude, I'm 19. I'm sitting there with just complete boredom, like fucking boredom. And I remember there was explosions in the background, boom, 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 right, randomly, and the flies landing on her lip. You don't swat them anymore. You're just like, right, whatever. Because there's so many of them. And then I remember I heard another boom, and we'd been sitting there for fucking hours doing nothing, dude. And then I said out loud, after nobody had said anything, I'm like, man, sure glad we found those weapons of mass destruction. And everyone started cracking up, and my sergeant was like, "Where the fuck did that come from, Governor?" And I'm like, "I'm just saying." He's like, "Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. You are not allowed to talk the rest of the day." And I'm like, right on, Sergeant." He's like, "No, that's a fucking order, Governor. Just shut the fuck up." And I was
Did you know when you were over there that there was nothing?
I mean, I don't know, man. Some people say that Fox News says that there's a video of it going into Syria, blah, blah. My dad will tell me that. But I don't know, man. I drove all around that motherfucker. I mean, we found bombs via fucking whatever you want to call it, but getting hit by them. And we found a ton of explosives, but they were never meant to cause like mass destruction, right? And a lot of them, to be honest, were from like the Iran-Iraq war.
Yeah, the late 70s. So we know that Iraq had chemical weapons because we sold them to them in the late 70s. So that's one of the reasons that we were blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, of course.
They never had the tech to do nuclear stuff.
I just wondered if you guys knew over there and you were like, man, this is fucking bullshit.
Everybody knew that was bullshit.
There's a lot of bullshit that goes on over there, and there's a lot of gay stuff that happens between Marines over there.
What do you mean?
I mean, some of my gays...
Graphic sex?
No. I mean, not that.
It's very homoerotic.
Dude, like, the gayest moment I've ever had in my entire life was in the fucking Marine Corps. Go figure, right?
What happened?
To be honest, this is... it was boot camp, right? That the gayest moment I ever had. I remember you're not allowed to talk. You're not allowed to smile. If you scratch your balls and they catch you, they'll be like, scratch them harder. And you have to keep a straight face and be like, aye, sir. Yes, sir. And you're just scratching your ball and you got to keep a straight face, right? If you smile, they'll make you wipe all the saliva off your teeth, right? And just fucking sit there.
With the hand that you were scratching your balls with?
Shit like that, dude. And so, or if someone does this to their face with their glasses, they'll be like, fucking, again, and you just fucking, yes, sir. And they're just fucking with you, right? Whatever. You're a kid. You're scared at the time. But, dude, I remember one time some guy started laughing and we were cleaning, right? Cool. And the drill instructor walks over and he's like, you think something's funny? You think it's, oh, you guys think this is a fucking, all of you, get naked right now. And then we're all like, yes, sir, aye, sir. And he's like, everyone in the fucking shower right now, right? And we're like, aye, sir. And he's like, in the corner, tighter. We have to be tighter, aye, sir. And we're all fucking, and he's like, squat right now. We're all, yes, sir. And I'm covering my balls and my asshole, and I'm squatting, and we're like, at this, nobody's laughing. We're like, aye, sir. And he's like, hands in the air right now. And we're all fucking with our hands in the air, and we're like balled up in the shower corner, like 100 of us going, yes, sir. And then he's like, squat up and down right now. And there's cocks and balls just slapping my lip, blam, blam, blam. And I'm 18, and I'm like, we're gonna fucking die in here. Like, you still think it's funny? And I remember being like, no, sir.
What did you think? Like, I understand covering your dick and balls to keep them from flopping around,
know, bro. Like,
but why were you covering your asshole? Because what did you think?
I don't know.
Did you think some?
No. There's definitely cocks and balls swinging around my asshole.
I got it.
And no one's gonna get hard and like,
did you?
me.
Did you think some guy was gonna get a little too excited? Like, you know what? Fuck, I'm gonna take advantage of this.
This seems like a running theme with you, where you're always checking your asshole.
Yeah,
at some point in your life.
He learned it from his grandfather when he was younger. Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's fucking gay. And like, looking back on life, like, imagine some 30-year-old fucking Marine Corps drill instructor like doing that to a bunch of teenagers, dog. Like, motherfucker, you think Kent State was bad, or what was it, Penn State? You think that was bad?
Dan went to Penn State, so he knew.
Yeah.
I'm still convinced you were touched by Sandusky, and you just never said anything.
I think I would be more. I would be more mentally affected and less salty.
I'd put it on my Instagram
I'm salty
handle.
because he didn't make a move on me.
I got you.
Like, what's wrong with me?
That's what Jessie said too. Like, she didn't get Me Too'd in Hollywood. And she was like, I wish. Like, what the fuck was that? You know, when I was there, was I not hot enough?
You see that South Park episode where they're all mad that they didn't get molested?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah. Same thing where Jessie was like, I don't understand. Was I just not hot enough to get touched? Like, where the fuck was that at for me?
I don't know.
Speaking about getting touched, if you're getting touched, get touched on a ghost bed from ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. You have a ghost bed, Justin?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're going to sleep on one tonight, bitch.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, nice.
We got ghost beds in every goddamn nook and
My
cranny
dogs
of every house.
sleep on a ghost
right.
bed.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Yeah. Ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros has got the mad 4th of July deals, son. If you want to tease it out like Swayze, you want to get wet, have a little bee sex on there. Have it on a ghost bed.
Did you say B-sex? Are you abbreviating butt now?
Butt sex, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a big. A lot of people don't know 4th of July is a heavy anal holiday.
It is a heavy, yeah. So I recommend getting the. If you buy right now, I believe you still get the mattress cover.
Yes, the free cover. Yes.
And if you're gonna do anal on your bed and not like somewhere else, or if you are with a squirter, I recommend going with that protector.
Yes, and that is free right now, along with a plethora of other deals going on right now. I believe. For like regular humans like myself, you can spin a wheel on there.
Yeah.
And whatever that lands on, you get a free thing, like a pillow or a free set of sheets or whatever. If you're military or first responder, you get 15% off forever. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. You're hooked up and good to go. And at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros, as always, it is 36 months. Pay as you go, no interest program. Nobody's offering dim deals, son.
No.
Dim deals.
No, I love Ghost Bed. If you're gonna get on a Ghost Bed this holiday season, I recommend dosing up on some Rome and ED before you get in there.
Yeah,
just
there
in case.
It is.
Even if you don't have erectile
What
what?
What was the first drug?
The first drug?
You said ED?
Yeah,
Roman.
Dude. It's one of our
Rome.
sponsors.
It's one of our new sponsors, man.
Yeah, so basically,
boner pills, brother.
Whether or not you need it, take it anyway. So turn that fucking 8 into a 10.
Yes.
And
That
just
1 into a 2?
rip.
Yeah.
Well, either way, rip her insides apart.
Boy, that is graphic. And there's a lady in the studio.
Well,
but I look.
Hi, Mom.
She's seen the show.
My mom listens to all my episodes, by the way, and she
Does she really?
always texts
Speaking
me,
of
like,
that-
it's so funny.
Have you ever taken a boner pill?
Not willingly.
You taking it unwillingly?
Yeah.
A girl gave it
so
to
if
you?
you guys know, I don't know if you know who Ray Elby is, right? He's dating Chris Cyborg. He was one of my coaches, my trainers.
Oh, yeah.
So he was one of my trainers in Thailand, right? He gave me
You'd
a couple
have
strokes
to
on my
take a
glute
boner
belt.
pill to
Bro,
fuck Cyborg.
No, not that. No.
Oh, all right. Sorry. Sorry.
No, he fucking threw one of them in my drink, right? And
Really?
The next morning, I woke up and I just was really hard, right? And I just kept going, and I kept going, and I kept going, and I kept going. And I was like, what the fuck?
What do you mean? What do you mean you kept going?
I kept fucking, you know.
You were pounding off.
Yeah.
Just say it, goddammit.
Yeah. You just talked about being gay, and strangle.
I mean, so fucking, dude, I just kept nutting. And then I called him, and I was like, hey, dude, did you fucking, because he always was carrying them with him in Thailand, right? He's governor, like, you know, whatever, dude. And
fucking boner pill guy.
And he told me one time that he's done it to other people, like laughing. He would just joke around and throw it in their bucket.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Just because like then all of a sudden they're drunk and they're just really hard. They're like, what the fuck? So I that's the only time I ever took a boner pill. But
victimless crime is
do you
what
think
I say.
Do you think any women have ever slipped a guy roofies plus boner pill at the same time and then fucking?
So roofies are the worst. Like you're violently ill and that's it. You're not fucking. So I would say no on that front. Boner pills, yes. And then I remember for a time. Because I don't know about these, but we should say the URL real quick before we get into how
Roman
graphic.
ED, GetRoman.com/Drinkin Bros.
Yes, it's discreet. They ship it in a box. Your kids won't know. Your wife won't know. You can just take boner pills and have a fucking rager all 4th of July weekend. That being said, at GetRoman.com/Drinkin Bros. /Drinkin Bros.
Yep.
Women have been taking these as well. So apparently it brings a lot of blood down to the labia.
To your sex parts, yeah.
Yeah, right to your sex parts.
especially if they have penises.
So if you're
Girls
a man
with
or a
penises,
woman
yeah.
taking it, I heard it's great for either, to be realsies with you.
I heard if you put
and
it
that's
in your
become
butt,
a fad.
you put it in your butt, hits you harder.
Yep.
I don't think
Don't know that's true,
we don't
actually.
recommend putting Roman ED inside your butthole.
Well, have you tried
Take
it?
Roman ED
2019, baby.
and then put other stuff inside your butthole is what I would recommend.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I would
It's gonna be a
say.
no for me, dog.
We'll see. We'll see. The night is young, my friend.
The night is really
And it's
young.
rain. It's a nice thunderstorm going on right now that really gets me in the mood after I've taken 4 or 5 of these
really
pills.
hits my brethren.
Yeah.
Last but not least, we've got expressvpn.com/Drinkin Bros. One of the best in the business. Cybersecurity. Dude, right now. So
Facebook,
today, yes.
Facebook Messenger, Instagram, and Twitter DMs are all fucked.
Are all
They're all
down.
getting hit with a denial of service attack. Those denial of service attacks break down basic security measures for most of these systems, so your shit's probably getting fucked with right now unless you have some kind of protection on your phone.
My dick
Yeah.
pics are getting leaked. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
All 2.5 inches of it.
Yeah, they are.
They're
That's
not
hard.
if I take a boner pill.
That's right. You can double it, brother. You
Yeah.
can get a 5. You can get that Cinco.
I mean, let's not get crazy here.
No. But look, after going to GetRoman.com/Drinkin Bros. Go to expressvpn.com/Drinkin Bros. Protect your shit. Cybersecurity attacks are real. They're happening, almost every goddamn day.
Yeah.
With this, you sign up for a year, you get 3 months for free, and it's only $7 a month. That's it. Protect your shit. iPad, desktop, laptop, and it protects dogs. That's a lot of people are saying their dogs
Who does
are
it
felt more
protect?
protected.
Like from Korean barbecues or
Yeah. A lot of people are saying their dogs have been way more protected than they ever were before on expressvpn.com/Drinkin Bros. So,
How weirded out would you be if you saw 2 dogs fucking and then the one dog pulled out and it was wearing a condom?
I would want to know who put the condom on the dog.
Yeah.
Like that would be my first thought.
What if you trained the dog? Some dogs are really smart, dude.
They can just roll one down.
Yeah.
Man,
Actually, dogs are smart. That's why they don't use condoms.
yeah, that's true.
Well, I don't
You
use
have
them.
to.
It actually
I
makes
don't
more
use them, yeah.
sense.
Get
to
your
me.
pet spayed and neutered. You could have
All
somebody
right,
like Justin.
calm down, Bob Barker.
Yeah,
Jesus
exactly.
fucking Christ.
Exactly.
Do you think Bob Barker, when he goes to hell, and that's where he's going?
No, he's not. He's a saint.
No, when he goes to hell, do you think there's going to be a bunch of dogs down there and cats? They're just like, hey, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I
And
could
they're going to spay and neuter Bob Barker.
Yeah.
No. I think this. My over-under for how many Barker beauties he's fucked,
It's got to be like 60, I would say.
I was going to say 48.
Okay.
Is my over-under for that. Because as he gets older, obviously, unless he's taking a Roman.
Well, he's done now. Because Drew Carey hosts that show now. The Price is Right.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's totally done. Drew Carey has taken over.
Yep.
But they went back to Bob in this documentary that just came out on Netflix. I don't know if you saw this. It was
I haven't seen it.
a guy who beat Price is Right.
Oh, yeah. Now, I haven't seen it, but I know the one you're talking about, yeah.
Super fucking weird, man.
Yeah. That guy's a creep.
Yeah, so he showed up at like 78 tapings, watched every fucking episode at home, and then yelled out the exact number for a guy to bet on, and it's the only person in the history of Price is Right to guess the Showcase Showdown to the dollar, on the dollar, and Drew Carey flipped out, and they stopped the taping of the show and all that shit.
Must be like Rain Man.
He's sort of.
They thought the whole system had been compromised because
Correct.
he was like on the dollar. He just like figured out all the stuff. He figured out all the partners that the Price is Right had and all the products that were going to be on there. Probably. Yeah. He's memorized all of his list, probably of like 100, 120 things, maybe. I don't know. That's just
more.
Just guessing.
Because things would change. So like on the car, if you go and watch this doc, you take one of those, Mazda Miatas or whatever it was, right? They would change little things about the way they read the description of like leather seats versus cloth seats. Automatic locks, non-automatic locks. And this guy had different prices for each price point. He would go home, take the car, study it, and then figure out the number in his head, and he beat the fucking game. Well, they did this entire doc on him, and like Drew Carey was kind of a cocksucker in this thing.
I mean,
if you watch it, he was just like, fuck this guy. Like, whatever. Me personally, I look at it like he was a gigantic fan. Let him do what he does.
I do the same thing like with girls that I sleep with. I try and guess their number by like the first date in my head, right? I don't tell them, right? Like fucking 37. But if they're like, yeah, I've only been with 4 guys, I'm like, done. You broke the system. No, this isn't going to work.
How many do they need for you?
At least 18.
Yeah, 15.
18.
15 to 20 for sure. Yeah.
How old are you?
18. 33.
No, you're like what, 30?
33.
Yeah, 33. So 18 is your number. What's your breaking point number of like that's too many dicks?
There's no too many,
Brother.
right? Like there's no too many, right?
No, there's no such thing.
You're kidding.
I learned that when I was
Like that's
6,
what I don't.
brother. I learned that when I was 6.
That's what I don't understand about radical Islam. Why would you want to go bang 72 virgins?
Dude, that sucks. Dude, I had a girl
that.
one time that was a virgin, and I was at a party, and she got in bed with me, and she was like, okay, just to let you know, I've never done this. And I immediately was like, skirt. I was like, just started putting all my clothes back on. Not like an asshole way. And I looked at her and I'm like, you're really going to lose your virginity to disgusting Justin?
Yeah.
At the party, I was like, come on, man. I was like, come on, brother. No.
Take your vitamins and say your prayers.
Did you give her a Hulk Hogan?
I have always said that I do want to get a BJ one time, right? And as they're sucking my dick, I'm like, oh, fuck, man. Oh, man. And they're like looking up. I'm like, no, I just say man a lot. Keep going. And then they keep going. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And then I'm like, oh, right there, dude. Oh, dude. And then have them like, what the fuck? Be like, no, keep going. And then you don't say shit. And then you make it all hot the whole time. Tell me you love me. Call them a whore or whatever. Yeah. And then right before you know it, you just pull their hair. And you're like, bro. I'm like, she'll never forget you. Guaranteed. And she'll tell all her friends about you. Guaranteed as well. And you might go to prison or whatever. But,
either or. I would like to hear it in the Hulk Hogan voice.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, brother. Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, dude, I'm doing it.
I'd like to do it as Macho Man known. Randy Savage.
Next person to have sex with? Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
I still actually have, it's not really a bet so much as it is a bounty for him. And it's about him making a girl yell, put your wiener in me.
Oh, dude.
I'm going to give him $100 as soon as he can show me video evidence of him convincing a woman to say, put your wiener in me. Or give me that wiener.
The fuck by. I thought of you one day. Hold on.
God. Yeah, I think he can definitely do it.
If you've got a video like that, play the audio through the fucking microphone.
Because the other night when we went out in San Antonio, there was like a little swingers group that was there. Are you familiar with that little swingers group in San Antonio?
No. I don't get involved with other human beings very often.
I'm surprised you wouldn't be one of those people.
I'm into that whole scene, but I'm not into it with people that I know.
So is it a thing that you check in city to city then?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
Have you been to one here in Wilmington?
No, we've not had time. We've been balls to the wall the whole time we've been here.
It's been crazy.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh shit. No.
Do you have this? Can you put it on?
You
speaker?
gotta be.
It's not bad.
You gotta be insider.
It's prepping. Okay, brother, like the fucking HIV pill prep that I get ads for all the time. No clue why. Anyway,
why are you getting HIV pill ads?
I don't know, dude. But I got tested like 2 weeks ago and I'm good. So
you got tested for your fight?
What's that?
Yeah.
You get tested for fighting?
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
to.
you're good
Why
for
do they
like.
test you for HIV?
Because you don't want to fight a motherfucker and like, oh, I won. Like, joke's on you, brother. You have AIDS. Ha, ha, ha. Like, fuck no. And AIDS jokes are funny again to me because I don't have them.
Yeah, of course.
You're
Of
like
course.
punching this guy in the face
Yeah.
and he's
Anyway.
bleeding and you're writing HIV on his forehead and blood.
Put it in the mic. What do we got?
What are your thoughts on wieners?
I like wieners.
You like wieners?
I like eating them.
Oh. Okay.
And yeah, anyway.
I mean, look.
It's not crazy. It's nothing crazy.
It's not crazy yet.
That's
Is
not
this
gonna get you
somebody you're
paid.
dating
It's called
now?
prepping
Yeah,
the audience.
you're laying a
God damn
baseline.
it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Grooming, Jesse likes to call it.
Well,
You're grooming her.
grooming has certain
Yes, I've known her since she was
implications.
6,
Does it?
okay?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Too soon. Tough crowd. Like my grandfather used to tell me, they're old enough to pee, they're old enough for me, brother.
Yeah.
No, there's no grass. Turn around and play in the mud. Okay, Grandpa. He also used to tell me, if it ain't skin, it don't go in, grandson. And he's got 12 kids, so go fuck yourself, Grandpa.
Is he the Mexican one or the non-Mexican?
I'm mixing them both up, actually. They both, no, true story. True story, swear to God. My grandfather on my father's side, one time, he looks at me and he goes, you see, grandson, when you get to be my age, you learn to become like a submarine. And I look at him, I'm like, a submarine, Grandpa? And he looks at me and he goes, ah. And he goes, your dick don't work. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, Grandpa. Like,
That's aggressive.
I'm 11. No. And so, I was a bit older, but I told my dad about this, and my dad's like, my dad did not say that. My dad. And then as we got older, my dad's like, yep, my dad said that. You know?
Yeah.
Fucking great dude, man.
How old were you?
I was like right before the Marine Corps, like 16-ish.
I think that's fine.
That's fine, right?
Yeah, that age is fine. If you start going like
Yeah.
8, then
Yeah.
it's just like, whoa, that's a little much.
It's fine. Like that's when they can you can show each other your dicks or whatever. It's fine.
I'm sorry. You want to
fine.
walk that one back? Did you show your dad your dick at that age?
No.
I
Did he
can't.
ask to see it?
I mean, you didn't really ask. You just kind of went for it. No, okay. Too dark. Let's fucking let's lighten it up.
There's some comedian that used to say that he wanted to, like, his plan when he had kids was to show his son his dick when he was like
Oh, man.
4 or 5 years old, so it'll look huge to him, and then never show it to him again. So he'll just always think his dad has a big dick. What do you think about that? That's just about
pretty good.
dominance. That's not.
That's pretty good.
That is. Similar, we kind of in a similar vein. My buddy had a kid who was like super fucking out of control. And I said, look, man, I think you should Roman helmet your kid at like age 1, right?
Yeah.
Where you put,
Arabian sunglasses. Yeah. The same thing.
Yeah. You put your balls on their forehead and
Yep.
then, or on their eyelids.
Drape
and
your
then
dick over their
Drape your
nose.
dick down
Yeah.
your nose.
Yeah.
So that way when they get older and they're like, oh, fuck you, Dad. I'm too cool for you. I don't need your bullshit.
Oh yeah, here's
And
a picture of me with my dick on your face, you little.
And you show it to the
Yeah.
girlfriend, his girlfriend, and be like, cool, the guy that you think is so rad and manly right now, like, congratulations, he was dominated.
I
had a
think my
fucking dick
parents
on him."
were
That's
trying to
fucking
do that
illegal.
to me. I think my parents are trying to do that to me.
Currently?
No, I think they were when I was a kid. So when I was
Everyone's
like
face in the room looking at us like,
between 2 and 3 years old, I had like long blonde hair. I looked
So
like
hot.
I looked like a fucking Disney prince or some shit.
Like me?
No,
Like a Swayze hair, or-
No, it was good hair.
I would have molested the shit out of you. I saw a
Yeah.
picture.
Oh, I was definitely super molestable, and I think they did that
Weird
because,
flex.
well,
Yeah.
Weird flex, but
it's
okay,
not weird.
Dan.
It's. I was a hot kid.
Dude.
Does that? Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Your kids are very Aryan looking.
Very- very attractive.
Are you worried about them being so attractive? Like, I don't want a bunch of uggo kids, but I don't want them to be too hot.
Everybody describes my kids as Hitler's dream. They were
Yeah.
like, hey, because they're all blonde haired, blue eyed. And they're
Yep.
like, this is, and I'm like, and you get the comments from moms like, oh, it's going to be a heartbreaker. They have a few more wine coolers, then it turns into like, oh man, I bet he's going to be doing a lot of reverse cowgirl. And
You
you're
can't
like,
say that
whoa,
about.
he's 5.
You can't say that about female children.
5. No, you no.
Like
you
if
can't at all.
someone were to look at a female child, and be like, wow, she's really gonna be into.
Really gonna
she's
blossom
she's
into
gonna
a
run
young
through some
lady,
dicks
yeah.
later on in life.
But I will
Like,
say
oh
this:
my
I've been at
God.
barbecues where, one of the daughters I think was like 13 or 14.
Yeah.
And this dad got drunk, and the homegirl was like, already like 5'8". You could tell she was kind of modelly, you
Yeah.
know. And he had made some comments of like, man, Bet you're not looking forward to those next only 4 years.
Yeah.
And it started getting more and more uncomfortable.
That's one of
like,
those think
hey,
it
bro.
but don't say it kind of situations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like those are normal thoughts to have, but it's not normal to say that shit out loud.
Yeah.
You just can't.
Speaking of which, we get a breaking news. WhatsApp is now also down.
Really?
Yes.
Fucking
I
A.
told
This is
you,
for
man.
sure an attack.
Before we went on air, I told
It has to
you.
be.
I said, dude, the only reason you would like Instagram, Facebook,
my God.
Twitter, DMs, and WhatsApp are down at the same time is if you're hitting a kill switch or you're getting attacked.
Dude.
What's your thoughts on that for real?
Fuck yeah, dude. It's the end of the
About a
world,
kill
dude.
switch?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think the government definitely has a kill switch, and here's why I think that. One of the big. Are you
pretending to kill myself.
You're murdering yourself
dark.
over there?
Yeah.
I do it at work all the time.
Well,
Kidding.
it's 3:22 in the afternoon. So, at any rate, one of the reasons I think that it would be prudent for the government to have an internet kill switch is because of what happened in Mumbai during the Mumbai terror attacks. So, the ISI, the Pakistani ISI, which is basically like our CIA or NSA, depending on which part of the organization is, they led the attack on the ground remotely from Pakistan in Mumbai. And one of the things they were doing was they were watching social media to see people were talking to each other on social media. It's where all these marked safe things came from because Facebook figured out they could use it as a tool for that kind of stuff, which is fine for natural disasters, not necessarily for terrorist attacks, where people can look and see where people are congregating. And that's what they were doing. They were using Facebook to see where people were congregating. Then they were sending more waves of terrorists there so they could fuck those people up. So I think there's definitely a government kill switch. I don't think this is it, just because of the way it's happening.
Man, I hope it is.
I think what's happening now,
man.
because you can still send text over Facebook Messenger and Instagram, you just can't send pictures.
Yeah.
So it's a data issue. It's not everything.
You don't find it weird that all of these apps are down at the exact same
it's
time?
100%. It has to be an attack in my head.
It's a denial of service attack for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Probably China, maybe Russia, maybe North Korea, but doubtful North
Maybe
Korea.
Mexico.
No.
Build the wall. I'm kidding. I'm Mexican. I can say that. So.
I don't think.
Go ahead and fuck yourself with your comments. On
It's
the show
4th
later.
of July, brother.
4th of July,
Yeah.
brother.
Do you think building a wall
Cinco
is
de
going to
Mayo.
stop them
It's Cinco de
from?
Mayo, vato.
Yeah. It's the same holiday, right?
Puto.
When is Mexican Independence Day, if you don't mind me asking?
I believe it's 16th of September.
Is it really?
Septiembre.
Oh, what's fucking Cinco de Mayo?
I'll look it up right now.
Yeah.
It's the Battle of Puebla or some shit.
Fire away. We get a special guest in studio. Wilmington, North Carolina. Again, we're all set up. We've got the media company, Drinkin Bros Podcast and Ross Patterson Revolution have combined on YouTube. Subscribe right now. And we said, hey man, if you're in town, come on down and join the show. If you're here, Mike Dixon is here. Come on in, Mike. He's our Drinkin Bro of the week. We've got a live Drinkin Bro of the week on. Why don't you grab the fourth chair here? Welcome, my man. You gotta talk into Mike.
In the microphone. Hello.
Yeah, there it is, Mike. Mike, we've been friends for years now at this point, I feel like.
Yes.
Probably since 2014, 15, I would say.
About that, yeah.
I met you, I think, right before Range 15 or during
that time frame, right? The run up to Range 15 filming.
And you're one of the most inspirational people I know. It seems like you've beaten cancer 30 times.
Thank you, but it's still one long battle.
Is that what it is?
It's still one long battle.
Describe for the audience what it is and what you've been going through, because you're one of my friends on Facebook, so I see your story every day.
Right.
And you're always up and about and doing fun shit that's cool. But then I'll see you doing like chemo treatments, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, how are you able to keep moving and keep going in life?
Yeah, my doctor calls me a bit of an anomaly.
Yeah.
So just basically, it was 2017, I think. My wife's going to sit over here and cry now. 2017, February, I got diagnosed with colon cancer, and they pulled basically a tennis ball size tumor out of my colon. Took 8 inches out of that. And at that point, I started doing chemo. I had 9 rounds of chemo. I started to get some of the side effects. I didn't have the really bad side effects. You know, I didn't lose my hair more so than being an old man losing his hair. I didn't have any of the weight loss, the nausea, the things like that. So all the things that I had expected, all the bad things that you hear about chemo, everybody reacts differently.
Right.
Right. So I didn't get any of the really bad side effects. So I was still out. You know, I would do a chemo treatment which is like a 3-day IV treatment. I've got a port that they stick an IV in, and it runs up into your veins. But I would do a treatment, and like the side effects didn't hit me for a couple of days after that. So I would go out, I would get the port, taken out, and I would go play softball that night. And so I was playing 3 nights a week. I was playing softball 3 nights a week.
Was it a beer? Was it a beer league? Were you getting drunk that night?
No.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, no beer leagues.
Is that the one thing that cut out of chemo? You can't do any alcohol.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
It would be a lot cooler if we did. Yeah. No, they didn't tell me that I couldn't drink. I just stopped drinking during treatments.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah. I didn't want to mess up chemicals to chemicals, things like that. So I'm not as strict about it now as I was when I first started, because it's been 2 years now. So the initial tumor that they took out, almost exactly a year later, they found a couple of lesions on my liver. So it had spread. So at that point, you're technically stage 4 cancer. So so at that point, it's okay. We're not in the elimination business now. We're in the monitor and make sure it doesn't get worse. So what you've been seeing is, the first tumor successfully take that out. Okay, great. That's one little battle that you've won. But now you got to worry about it spreading elsewhere. And it spreads elsewhere. Okay, now you got to treat that. And then, you go through those things. So now I'm in my 3rd iteration, which the last scan that I had, they found a couple of what they call nodules in my lungs. So now I've got that to contend with. But I'm at a point where it's, as the doctor said, my overall burden of disease, right? So if you took all the tumors out of me right now, they wouldn't fill a teaspoon. But at any moment, any one of those could go, crazy, and you could, it could be a fast grower, and it could spread. So they're trying to keep it from spreading, trying to keep it from getting worse, without giving me like some really bad side effects that just make life not worth living,
Sure.
Because those side effects, if you've ever seen people with the really bad side effects, I mean, the hair loss, the losing 100 pounds, things like that, it's like the cure looks like it's worse than the disease.
Right.
100%.
So that's what it looked like to me. And that was the thing that scared me, because, my wife's here. Her father went through, he had cancer, and he was in his 80s at the time. And that was my only experience of seeing somebody deal with chemo. And that was 10 years ago. And at that point, meds were there was very few and far between meds, right? You had like 3 to choose from, and they gave them to everybody. And that just destroyed him. And I was like, I will not do chemo. But as I started to get into it, I was like, I really didn't have a lot of choices of going into it. But I've had 2 procedures now, 2 surgeries, and I've had 26 rounds of chemo.
26.
That's what I said, man. Like literally on Facebook, it seems like you were always in and out of it. But then I would see you doing arguably the coolest shit on the planet. It looked like you were playing baseball at Fenway.
I was.
Yeah.
I've been to the
I don't know what year that was, but I remember it, and I was like, wait, I think he was in chemo last week, and now he's playing at the Green Monster. Like,
yep. Do you remember the premiere of Not a War Story?
Yes.
Almost exactly a year ago.
Yeah. When our babysitter canceled, and I had the child. And
didn't someone try to steal your child?
It was with the Rhino.
He was with me.
He was with him.
So I was
you were the Rhino.
I was dressed as Rhino.
So you tried to steal his child last year.
No. I was doing the Papa Rhino, like, you look like he's standing there, like these guys are up,
It was the friendliest thing of all time, because you go to you do these red carpets, and there's a crush of reporters and 300 people, and our babysitter canceled the last second. So Jesse and I were like, we got to take him. So we took him. Obviously, the movie's a hard R. Opens up with a dick scene, and
very hard.
I'm doing an interview that's out of control, and I look around, and I'm like, hang on, I really apologize. I gotta find my child. I don't know where my child is. And I look down the carpet, and Mike's holding my child up, dressed as the Rhino, and I was like, we're good. The Rhino's got him.
Rhino's got him.
I went on.
It was awesome. Yeah, and the photographers were eating it up.
All of it. They
so
took
do you dress like a
pictures.
rhino on a regular basis, or is that?
I do it for special events and different things. A lot of like charity events and things like. So we did the Beer and Bourbon Festival down in Columbus. With the Best Ranger competition. We've done that a couple years. I've gone to that.
Were you there this year? Because our guys from Coffee or Die, Marty Skolin was down there covering the whole event.
I did not go this year.
Yeah.
I was the previous 2 years.
I see.
I had been down there.
Cool.
But I've done in Columbus. I've done the Strut the Hooch. Parade that they do there. I've done that once. I was going to go up. Nick and the guys at Ranger Up just had a grappling competition that was in.
Is that wrestling?
It's
grappling is wrestling.
Yeah.
grappling, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. They had
dude on dude?
gi, no gi, the whole thing.
No gi.
Yeah.
You know what that means.
That's just two dudes hugging.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's
That's all
code for
it
butt
is.
sex.
That's fine. No,
It's code-
that's fine.
And that's fine.
Let me
But
ask
let's
you
not
this.
pretend you're raising money for it.
No, that's
you know?
not. That was just for him.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. So let's say I was throwing a bachelor party,
Yep.
and I
Yes.
wanted you to show up as the rhino and maybe dance around a little bit.
What's your price?
Like
for that?
what?
I
No,
don't
let
know
me.
about
a-
the dancing around thing.
What?
There's a lot of
No gi,
Bro, you've never played that.
It's Rhino head. No gi,
Now-
bro.
You've never played that game for $1 million.
it is a
Would you?
full bodysuit. So I mean, it's
I see.
the gray, the arms, the legs. I mean, the whole thing. So
we do have scissors. You cut a hole.
Yeah, what if
And
we-
then-
it
Maybe we can
actually
get a-
has a zipper there.
We
So
can get a flap with a window in it in the front or something. I don't know.
Yeah, why not?
it has a big zipper.
But it's
in
more
front,
about the
yeah.
movement than it is the actual body part. Like when you're looking at a stripper, you're watching her hips, not her nipples, right? Because you can see
No.
nipples on your phone anytime you want.
Yeah. All
So-
the time.
But you got to understand with the rhino, it doesn't matter what I do from the neck down. Everybody's watching the horns.
What if we
Yeah.
what if we put a giant fucking rhino cock on that thing, and then you put some kind of big ass shorts around it, and then you could take that off, but you stay in the suit.
I want the human cock,
Do,
dude.
do you
Like
see the
big-ass
look my
rhino.
wife
That's
is
not
giving
the
you right
first
now?
time you
You
said that. As a
So
matter
what
of
you're
fact,
saying is, this is a great point. You want the rhino body, but you want a human
Yeah,
cock
I want
on
people
it.
to be like, "What the fuck? That's
I
just not
understand that,
proportional."
but I'm going to be
So,
honest.
yeah.
As his agent, if I'm selling him out for the night, that's a bonus. Like I'm going to upcharge.
oh
you
yeah,
for
that's
that.
like
upcharge.
doing anal and porn. You get another $3,000 for
Exactly.
Yeah,
If you're a straight dude and you go guy on guy, you get an extra
Yeah.
$3K. So
That's,
like,
that's an
What-
upcharge.
What,
Yeah,
what
it's
about
an
what
upcharge.
about a modified rhino suit and it's got fucking nipples sprayed on abs and a big old fucking rubber cock on it?
and we give you anal.
Wait,
whoa, whoa,
Okay,
whoa,
Jesus, he said
whoa.
$3,000. He said $3,000.
We're not giving
No.
Mike anything.
we're
Damn it.
negotiating fuckface and just
Yeah,
ruin the
my
whole
bad.
thing.
colon cancer, my man. He's had
man.
enough things going
Out of
in and out of his
commission, my
ass.
bad.
He's good.
My bad, brother.
He's
We're not
good.
playing. We're not playing there.
So let me ask you this, because your wife is here.
Yes.
She was tearing up a minute ago when you were talking about it. Like,
Yes.
Do you feel confident day to day as you go on with your life that you may have beat it and that you're going to continue to live a long time?
Mm-hmm.
I feel positive in my approach to I'm going to do the things that make me happy, right? So I'm going to live to the best of my ability. I'm going to keep playing ball. You know, I'm going back down to the Red Sox fantasy camp in January.
Did you play like college baseball or some shit? Or
No, so I
What's your history with
played
that?
all the way through high school.
Yeah.
And I enlisted between my junior and
Oh, I
senior
see.
year, so I had
Yeah,
delayed entry.
Yep.
So my senior year, I got to pitch a lot more. I got
Yeah.
a little more play time, and I had one of the scouts from the Angels. During that period, it was like, "Hey, would you be interested in coming and exploring stuff?" And I was like, "I leave for the military in June,"
Yeah.
which. Whatever today is, June 22nd was the 35th anniversary of me going into the military.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's
So that
4th
was
of
pretty
July, so that was it was about 15 days ago.
Yeah, not too long ago. But yeah, so I'm all about we're looking at moving to a place. We're empty nesters now, so that's what brought us to Wilmington.
Oh, really?
We're looking at a couple of developments
Yeah.
in the area.
You were down
a lot
at
of
River
cool shit
Lights.
We were down
Yeah.
at River Lights.
Yeah, it's brand new.
Before the thunderstorms chased us
Man,
away.
that's crazy. We've never had like a storm like that.
No,
That's
it's
crazy.
going crazy.
It was
out
really
there.
bad.
Yeah.
It was really bad. But yeah, so we're looking at moving to a new place. We wanted, active environments
Sure.
near the beach, or we might look at Myrtle Beach or someplace like that. But
Myrtle.
It's-
Myrtle's a big party town, though.
it is.
It's there's a lot of
Lot of
things
requests for rhinos in that month.
Could be.
Naked anal rhinos. I might add.
Myrtle's a place where it's you go to a bar and if you don't get cut afterwards,
Yeah.
it's like, did you have a good time?
Now there was a guy in my when I was in processing into the 82nd, brand new guy just like me, and we're in repo. Like it's a place you stop before you get assigned to your unit. And weekend happened. He comes back on Tuesday instead of Monday, and he had been stabbed through his trap, and it was like swollen all the way up to the side of his head. It was the craziest shit I'd ever seen.
Myrtle.
And I grew up in South Carolina. I was like, "Oh, you were down in Myrtle Beach, weren't you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I had to 12-pack of beer on the fucking beach, and some guys tried to take it from me. So I tried to fight him. I was like, how many guys was he? He's like 6. I'm like, yeah, it's good plan, guy.
Yeah, good plan. Good plan.
Good job.
Give them each a beer and walk away.
Yeah.
They run these ads up here in Wilmington, and it's like Myrtle Beach tourism, and it's a song, and it goes, "I live for Myrtle Beach days," and it's all like super tricked out 80s like that. I just wanted to see the real version where they're getting stabbed with like bottles and shit like that.
Wow.
If you guys are looking to go down the coast, I'll give you the heads up. Probably Virginia Beach is rad. Wilmington's obviously rad. I'd definitely skip Myrtle. Roll down to Charleston. Charleston's amazing.
Yeah,
across
Charleston's
the board.
great.
Yep. Danny McBride lives there, and so does Bill Murray.
Although
for
it's
a reason.
It's way cheaper here than it is in Charleston right now. Especially like Carolina Beach is cheap as fuck right now.
Yeah, and it keeps all of them keep going up and down the coast, and then Savannah. Like if you're looking for coastal living, right around there.
Yeah.
What'd you do in the military, by the way?
Oh, I was radar repairman for the Hawk missile system. So I was, we were air defense for the Rapid Deployment Force at Bragg.
Oh yeah,
from 84 to 88.
Yeah, we were on. So that's when Jared and I deployed in 2006, 7, and we deployed. We got the call like December 20. We were in Deer F1. We were on Christmas vacation, and they're like, "Hey, we're leaving in 2 days." We're like, "Oh, sweet, thanks." And it was for the surge. It wasn't like there was some emergency. It was like, "Hey, we need to get a bunch of troopers over there now."
Oh man, I remember that.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man.
Yeah,
You couldn't give me 2 more days.
we did a lot of EDRI exercises and RTEPs and practice exercises and things.
Keeping all your stupid duffel bags packed.
It was the height of the Cold War, right? So any day now, the Russians are going to attack. And you had to be ready for it, or we were going to go somewhere, something was going to happen. And you waited for that moment every day.
Well, we waited for 40
never
years.
Went anywhere.
Yeah.
We never went
never
anywhere.
happened.
So for the guys that are in now, or that have been in during wartime, peacetime military,
it sucks.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Well, I mean, think about even the guys that are in now or have been in the last 20 years or so. Being in garrison versus being deployed is cool. Being in garrison, fuck, it sucks. Being back, you can attest to this too. Being back on base, being at fucking Pendleton or Lejeune, fuck that. I would much rather be deployed any day of the week than be on
There's
at
bases
Bragg.
Overseas that are super garrisoned, right?
Yeah.
And like the second time I got blown up, we got medevaced to Al-Assad. Yeah, Al-Assad. And dude, we were covered in like oil and blood from like moving our buddies around. And we walked into some chow hall, and I'm like straight up boot, my first deployment. And we walk into the chow hall, and the guy with a clicker, some sergeant, was like, "Hey, Marine, what the fuck?" Starts like bitching at my buddy who's also a Lance Corporal, and he loses it on him, and he's like, "It's called getting blown up. You should fucking try it sometime." And I'm all scared because I'm like junior ranking. And my buddy's the same rank as me, but he just lost his shit. He's a Fallujah veteran, all this shit. And then the sergeant pulls him aside. He's like, "Hey, man, so sorry about that. Hey, dude, you can go over there and get some camis and X, Y, and Z." And then he let us in, and then he clicked us. And in my head, I'm like, fucking A, dude, that's your job in the Marine Corps.
Yep.
To fucking click people in, and then you're going to come back and be like, I mean, whatever, dude. Everyone has their role, right? I'm not talking down on that, but little things like that, how you're saying that the garrison aspect sucks.
Yeah.
You're like, are you fucking serious, man?
Yep.
Like,
Yep. So I was radar repairman. Yeah. So we're sitting in the middle of Fayetteville.
Yeah.
You can't turn your radars on.
No.
And if you can't turn your radars on, radars don't break. And if radars don't break, what do you repairmen do? Paint rocks,
Mow the
paint
grass.
trucks,
Yeah.
go pick up, pine
Turn
straw.
the fucking rocks over.
Gay chicken.
Turn the
no
rock
shit.
over and paint the underside.
Yeah. Like if you seriously, that's not fake. Back in the day, this is an actual human being. We can ask about this. I think I've talked about this before, but back in the day,
You have actually, yeah.
Back in the day, they would paint the tops of the rocks, and then a sergeant would get fucking bored one day. Like, you know what? Flip those rocks over, paint the other side.
Paint those too.
Like,
Yep.
like literally painting rocks.
Just so you had something to do,
Something to do.
or just because he was an asshole.
Both. But I mean,
There were a lot of power trip
There's-
NCOs back
of
then.
course,
That just because
that never changes.
there was
that
nothing
never
going
changes.
on.
But I mean, it is what it is. But back then, like, you have to do something.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't have them making license plates or something. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Like,
who knows?
honestly,
that's actually fucking.
That's not a bad
smart.
idea. I think that was for prisoners, but
it is. Yeah,
it's
but I mean,
same shit sometimes.
like, what's the difference? Like, you can only, if you're like a motor pool person, you can only, like, if like he said, if a truck's not broke, you can't fix it.
Yeah.
You can only check the fucking diagnostics on it. How many times?
So many times. Yeah.
And so you have to go outside and start. That's why people get up to weird shit. Back in the 80s and 90s, it was way worse. The disciplinary problems were way worse than they are now, I think.
Yep.
Because people had, imagine
You're in peacetime.
these guys who are like, they train maybe 4 to 5 months solid out of the year. I'm talking about infantry guys. 4 to 5 months solid training out of the year, intensive trainings, ITCs. But the rest of the time, they're just bored. They want to fucking go fuck something up. But the only thing to fuck up is the local population. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Fort Bragg in the 80s and 90s, I would not have wanted to live there at all because it's a total shit show. It's a shit show now. I can't imagine what it was like back then because it's all Delta guys and 2 Special Forces groups back then, plus Air Force 14th ASOS and then the 82nd Airborne are all there. And there's nobody to fight except for each other and everybody outside the gate.
I played a lot of softball at Fort Bragg.
Yeah.
No wonder you're so goddamn good at it now.
Yeah.
Well, I've been playing adult softball. I've been playing since I was 16, so I've got a lot of years of experience playing softball. But at Bragg, I played for our company team, the battalion team. I played for the post team, and then we had a civilian team that we played off post up at Hope Mills, whatever the
Hope Mills, yeah.
Hope Mills, whatever the one is, just north of
Yeah,
base.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, so we played up there. So I was playing 4 or 5 nights a week, and that was my therapy. That was my going out and playing, and that's the thing that got me in trouble day one at my permanent party at Fort Bragg, because I had just come off. I was at Redstone Arsenal for like 10 months of training. And I was playing ball down there. And we had just finished up there. And I got to Fort Bragg. And my first day at the new unit, I show up and I was like, hey, guys, you got a softball team? I'm interested to play in. And one of the guys was like, yeah, go talk to, I think it was Sergeant Barrett was the coach at the time. Go talk to him. The battalion team is still in the post-tournament. So go talk to him. So I go talk to him. And he's like, where do you play? And I was like, well, I'm an outfielder, but I can play just about anywhere. And he's like, oh, good. Our right center fielder just got hurt last night. We're still in the tournament. Why don't you come out to practice in the morning? We'll give you a tryout. And if you make the team, then, you can come out and play the rest of the season with us. So the next day, this is not now my first morning that I'm going to be showing up and doing PT. He was a platoon sergeant at the time. He goes off on my section, my platoon, my section leader. He's like, where's Private Dixon? He's at softball practice. What do you mean he's at softball practice? It's his first fucking day on the beat on the
You
on
can
the
swear
post.
on here, by the
It's
way.
his first fucking day here.
There we go.
So what do you mean he's at softball practice? Well, yeah, he went and talked to Sergeant Benny. He's like, gonna play softball. So I show up. I get called into the office. And he's like, why weren't you at PT this morning? And I was like, well, I was with Sergeant Barrett and we were doing practice and I made the team, so I'm playing tonight. And he's like, unfucking believable. First goddamn day here. You're on the softball team, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out that he was the backup pitcher on the softball team and got cut like 2 days before.
So you took his spot.
And he hated my guts from that point for 3 more years. And then as we became our own unit, he was our first sergeant.
Man.
So Top hated my guts from day one.
Well, you earned it. You earned it. And you probably, what'd you hit that? Do you remember what you hit that year?
For that team?
Yeah.
Oh, I usually bat in 600, 700.
All right. Look, Dan's super weak at sports, so like don't even look in
I
his
dominate
direction.
you in every facet of
Obviously,
life.
look in the big guy's direction. How did you last question before I let you get out of here? How did you find out about Drinkin' Bros?
Oh goodness, Drinkin' Bros way back. Trying to think of the first time I found Drinkin' Bros on Facebook.
Because a lot of people don't know it's a private group on
stumbled
Facebook.
on it, yeah,
as well as the podcast page. But the private groups where like all the cool shit goes on.
Oh, all the cool stuff is in there. I mean, I'm a member of a ton of Drinkin' Bros.
Like
groups.
what? What groups are you in?
The biggest one for me is Drinkin' Bros Nerds.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
I'm in
There's a lot of
that's a
people
good
that love
one,
that
Yeah,
group.
so
It's a good one.
officially I'm an admin on Drinkin' Bros Nerds, but over the last couple years I've been kind of in the background, not really adminning as much because just time and you got
a lot of shit
I got a lot of
going
shit going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a member of a lot of those, and the Drinkin' Bros Fuck Cancer group is awesome. So the shout out for those guys.
It's amazing, yeah.
There's just so many. I just joined the Drinkin' Bros North Carolina and South Carolina groups because all the locals down here.
Yeah, we're all in there.
They've got the information on what's going on. So I got.
You can go state by state.
Yeah.
And join up, and it's super easy. So whenever
there's like 280 groups or something.
And whenever we go to town, for all of these sporting events, we'll post up in the group and be like, "Hey, man, we're here," and it's less than 30 seconds, and everybody's like, "Great, you can come to my house, you can come to my tailgate, all that stuff." It's an amazing group. What's your wife's name, by the way?
This is my wife, Laura.
Laura Dixon. Hi, Laura Dixon. Thanks for coming in and being part of our disgustingness today.
Yes.
Especially with Justin here.
Yeah, he is a terrible human being.
She's been dealing with me since we were 16.
Yeah, but this dirtbag, look at him.
He's got me beat.
Yeah.
He's got me beat by a lot.
By a lot.
You're gonna end up in a rhino costume with like leather chaps on.
Also,
over
yeah,
it and shit.
I'd get tested after the show. By the way.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Mike, man, we appreciate you coming in the studio. Again, you are our Drinkin' Bro of the week. It's nice to have you, man. Watching your story and your journey unfold online has been inspirational, and it's amazing, man.
Thank you.
And I think it gives hope to a lot of people.
I've had a number of people reach out and say that, I've inspired them to either go get tested. So go get tested.
Yep.
If you haven't had a colonoscopy and you're due for one, as soon as the insurance company will pay for it, get it. I had no symptoms, none, until that tumor got so big that it closed everything off. So, and it was like, it had been there for like 8 or 9 years. So get tested as soon as the insurance company will pay for it.
Yeah, and don't get tested by Justin. I know he's been offering it a lot.
Yeah, make sure that's a doctor
medical.
with a scope, not Justin with a finger.
Those are
whatsoever.
at-home tests, and he's just using his own hands to do it.
And he's wearing no gloves.
So,
Mike,
I brought you guys some
really?
gifts. I did. I had these Strikeout Cancer and K Cancer
sweet.
wristbands made.
man, these are awesome.
So that's got K Cancer and it's got MD16. So that's my initials and my jersey number. I've had that same jersey number since
Why
high
16?
school. That's my
fucking
jersey
awesome.
number since high school.
Oh, yeah?
I've always had 16.
Any favorite player that had 16? Because my jersey number was after my favorite player, Ricky Henderson. So I'm a big 24 guy.
I'm a 9 guy. Tell your story.
Who's your 9?
Nope.
Is it Mickey Mantle?
No.
Because he played when you were a kid, right?
No, I was.
You grew up with Mickey. That was your guy, right?
I'm like 30 or 40 years younger than you. I can't. It's hard to
and
say.
I also have in the tube over here, I brought the Range 15 banner. We've got this big banner that we had made.
No way.
And I've been having everyone sign it that was either a cast member, crew member, extra, things like that. I even have Shatner's signature on this.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Have I signed it yet?
No, you have not signed it. That's
sign
one of the reasons that I brought it.
I will sign it. Perfect. Look at this. On the video show, too, even. I like it.
So check this out.
So you really do have everybody's signature. You have like Randy Couture and everybody?
No, I'm still collecting, but I've got a lot of the biggies. I still need Jessie too.
Oh, Jessie's. Oh man,
She'll be back.
She'll be back tonight.
Yeah.
But if you end up moving to Wilmington, you'll be able to get her signature.
Yeah. So Matt. Nick,
That's amazing.
There's
Yeah. Then you got Shatner.
up there. So
I'd love to sign it. Do you have a marker?
There's Jack. I don't have one.
We'll get one. I think I've got one in my bag.
All right. Perfect.
See the Sharpie? There comes
Boom.
a Sharpie.
Look at that, dude. Hands of steel. You would never beat me in any
I don't know,
sport whatsoever.
Can you see that up there?
Yeah. Is my face on here?
Your face is not on
Come
here.
on, man. I
Gene-
fucking
Don't sign
own
it.
that.
Gene
Don't
did
sign
not
it.
make on here. You can sign it anywhere you want.
I signed it above Marcus Luttrell. I feel bad. Sorry, Marcus.
Well, he's
Did that?
he's good.
That's
yeah, that'll come.
not enough ink there.
We'll work on it after
We'll
the
work
show.
on it
It's an
after the
audio show, so when somebody's not talking, you have to talk.
I don't like that.
Yeah. Well,
It's a rule.
yeah.
I don't do rules.
No dead airspace.
no
The
dead
only
airspace
rules
whatsoever.
The only
my man.
rules I like are rules about rhinos wearing dildos.
Well, look, you're gonna have to ask
no.
Mike's
It's happening.
wife about
No,
that.
well,
You got the big shaky head.
We'll
no.
keep her occupied somewhere else.
Yeah.
What is she into? Like
Wall
food-
Street.
some kind
Occupy
of food?
Wall Street. That's where we're gonna keep her.
Okay.
For disgusting Justin, D'Anthony Holloway. I'm Ross Patterson. Mike Dixon, thank you for being here, brother. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
This is the Drinkin' Bros. Good night, everyone.
Night.